want to thank the Lord for letting us come back to His house one more time. Missed being here last Sunday. Things came up. We couldn't make it this way. But we want to thank the Lord for watching over us, for taking care of us, letting us come back to His house one more time. Try to do something for Him. Try to get out of the way and be obedient to Him. And got some announcements we'd like to make this morning. We'd like for you to pray for our pastor, Charles Moore. He's been sick. He's been in the hospital and everything. We really would like for you to pray for him. The Lord would touch him and heal him as to His will. Just pray for his family and his wife. Just pray for them. Pray for all the ones that's sick that just needs a touch from the Lord. But most of all, pray for the ones that's lost, that don't know the Lord. That's the ones that's really in trouble. They just need to come to know the Lord and let their eyes be open, let them be seen. Got a message on our heart here this morning. We preached on it here a little while back, but the Lord's really laid it up on our heart to preach on it here this morning. Been thinking about it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and we'll be over there in Jonah. We'd like to preach here this morning if we could get out of the way and let the Lord come on the scene, because we can't do nothing within ourselves. We've got to wait on Him. Didn't come this way to put on a show or nothing. Just come this way to be obedient unto the Lord and worship Him. We'll be in Jonah in chapter 1, and just going to read just a little bit right here. Just for a little bit in chapter 1 of Jonah. And we'll pick up about verse 6. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy God. If it so be that God will think upon us that we perish not. I was sitting there thinking about the sleeper. I was sitting there thinking here last few weeks about the church being asleep, not doing what God would have them to do. And I was sitting there thinking about how many people has died and went to hell, that God's people don't have no concern as they used to in the old days. Used to, you go by somebody's house, you could hear them in there praying for their lost loved ones. You could hear them praying for the lost man down the road or the lost woman down the road. People used to be concerned, but it seems like the church is asleep in the day and hour that we're in. And I was sitting there thinking about it. Old Jonah was running from what God's called him to do. And I sat there thinking about how much the church is running from what God's called it to do. I got news for you, my friend. God didn't call you to judge anybody, and God didn't call you to convict anybody. God called you to be His witness. Well, glory be to God. You're sitting here this morning and you've been blood-bought saved. I want to tell you something. God's got something for you to do. And I ask you here this morning, are you asleep? Are you doing what God's called you to do? I was sitting there thinking about it. Old Jonah was a little puffed up within himself. He didn't like them people over there in Nineveh. I want to tell you, every time you get around some of God's people nowadays, you always hear somebody putting this group down, or putting this group down, or putting the church down the road down. Well, glory be to God. Let me tell you something that's not of God. Well, praise the Lord. God called you to be a witness. God called you to live the best life you can. The Bible says to strive to be perfect. Listen to me here this morning. You need to be doing the best that you can. And where you fail and come short, you need to be confessing that to the Lord and asking Him to help you. Don't be pointing at the one that's sitting beside you. Don't be pointing at your neighbor. Well, glory be to God. Oh, Jonah, he didn't want to go down there and preach the message that the Lord laid upon his heart. I want to tell you, the church don't want to take the message out of Jesus Christ no more. I want to tell you something. If everything's okay at their house, if everything's okay at their church, they're not concerned about nobody else. Well, praise the Lord. I'm glad somebody was concerned for this old boy. I'm glad somebody prayed for me. be to God. I want to tell you something right now. Well, praise the Lord. Why a lot of us have a lot of trouble in our lives? It's because we're not doing what God would have us to do. We chose to go another way, just like Jonah. He rose up and thought he could run from God, thought he could get away from it, thought he could go down there to Tarshish. I got news for you, my friend. If you're His, you've been bought by a price. You're no longer yours. You're His. I want to tell you something. You're not going to be able to do just whatever you want to do. There's going to be a price to pay for that thing. Well, praise the Lord. I was sitting there thinking about it. When old Jonah went over there, I will tell you, he got himself up on that ship. The Bible said that old Jonah paid the fare. I want to tell you something. There's going to be a price paid. I want to tell you, for God's people be sitting there and not doing what they have to be done. I want to tell you, well, praise the Lord, there's more to it. It's come sitting on a pew in the church house. There's more to it and putting on the show. I want to tell you here, church, there's more to a Christian life and just putting on the appearance, getting your good clothes on, and coming down to the church. There's more to it. Well, praise the Lord. It's the way you live your life at home. It's the way you live your life on the job. It's the way you live your life when you're out in town. I want to tell you something. There shouldn't be a difference in you. Whatever way you are, shouldn't be that way all the time. I was sitting there, and old Jonah thought he was going to get away from the Lord. Thought he could go do his own thing. Got on down in there to ship. I want to tell you, oh, glory be to God. He was so comfortable and not doing what God had him to do. He went and found him a place and lay down and went to sleep. I want to tell you, church, here this morning, that church has got so comfortable with sin that he can lay down and go to sleep with nailed down and guilty consciences. You get word that not doing the will of God don't affect you. You're in a bad place, my friend. Well, praise the Lord. Oh, Jonah went on down there in the bottom of that ship and found him somewhere to lay down and go to sleep. I'm afraid, my friend, I'm afraid the church has found a place that they've got comfortable and they went down there and went to sleep. They're not cared about the lost out here. They're not cared about if they're going to die and go to hell. They don't agonize no more. They don't ask God for a burden no more. They don't use the altar no more. They just don't care no more. They don't have the compassion that once was in their heart. They're cold and dull and different. I want to tell you here this morning, church, I was thinking about over there in the Bible talks about 10 virgins. Well, praise the Lord. 5 of them was wise and 5 of them was foolish. I want to tell you something. Everybody wants to brag on them wise ones. I want to tell you something. It was good that they were saved. It was good that they were God's people. But I want to tell you something. The Bible said that all 10 of them slept. And when the cry went out, they woke up and the 5 wise trimmed the lamps. Well, glory be to God. Well, praise the Lord. I sat there thinking about that. Well, one of the foolish ones tried to light their lamp. They didn't have no oil. I want to tell you something. They asked of the wise men, won't you sell us some oil? Won't you give us some oil? I want to tell you something. The 5 wise told them, go buy from the ones that have oil. And when they was gold, the bridegroom cometh. I want to tell you something, church. Besides the 5 wise sitting there sleeping and slumbering, they should have been over there there talking to the 5 fullest son and saying, do you got any oil in your lamp here tonight? I want to tell you something. When's the last time you asked your honest? Well, praise the Lord that you asked the lost one that you love. Do you got anything in your hand? Well, are you still sleeping in slumber? Well, you're saying it's their problem. I want to tell you something, my friend. Well, glory be to God. We need to be living a life that points them to Christ. We don't need to be running them down and talking bad about them. We need to be praying for them. We need to be talking to them about the one that can save their soul. Well, praise the Lord. I was sitting there thinking about it. That 5 wise went on in there with the bridegroom. I was sitting there thinking, when the 5 foolish one come, they found the door shut. That's going to be a sad day, my friend, for your loved one, or your loved ones and your friends, when they see the door shut, and you just sat there and slept, and didn't say nothing to them, that you didn't warn them about nothing. I got to tell you something here this morning. The Bible says it's not God's will that any should perish, over there in 2 Peter, but also come to repentance. I want to tell you, church, everybody's always talking about God's will. I want to tell you God's will is to see the lost saved and see His people be a witness for Him. You need to be out witnessing, church, and quit putting people down. It ain't nothing what the other church down the road's doing. You ever notice that, church? Well, glory be to God. This church is against this church, or this one's against that church. That shouldn't be. That ain't God's way. God ain't the author of confusion. God, well, praise the Lord, He's the God of peace and joy. I want to tell you something. Something ain't right that you can run your brother and sister down. Well, praise the Lord. We need to be up about the Father's business. We need to be one mind and one accord. Well, how do you do that? Well, glory be to God. Won't you come to church with Jesus on your mind, and that's all on your mind, and won't you just come to worship? It's time for the church to wake up, because there's a coming a day that door is going to be shut, and them lost on the outside ain't going to have a hope. I want to ask you a question this morning before we come to a close. I heard an old song this week about the Holy Manna coming down. And that song, it talks about the lost. And it says, can you bear to lose them? My friend, I ask you a question. Can you bear to lose that lost loved one without witnessing to them? Now, I want to tell you something, church. When them lost people see the church down the road and the church up the road against itself, they don't want to be a part of that. When they get around their family that says that they're Christians, and all they do is run their neighbor down or run their brother down. Or they sit there and they poke fun at the drunk down the road or the drug addict down the road. I'm not for the sin, but I love that person. I love that soul. And I'm not going to run them down in front of my lost loved ones. I'm not going to run them down in front of my brother and my sister. But I am going to pray for them. Because I know one that can touch the heart. Touch the deepest part of that heart and save their soul. I just want to be a road sign that points them that way. I hope the message helps somebody. It's really time for the church to wake up. If you can sleep and slumber, and it don't bother you, friend, you've got a problem. God bless you.